and welcome to Ed Up. It's all about what's trending in education. It's summertime and school is out. However, there are many students who are taking advantage of the Ministry of Education's summer enrichment programs. For example, we have the Art and Craft enrichment program for high school students, and then there are many students from all different grade levels who are taking advantage of the opportunity to enhance their academic skills in multiple subject areas. And then there's the Bahamas High School Diploma Credit Retention Program, which affords students the opportunity who fell short in meeting those requirements an opportunity to redeem themselves. And then there are our hard-working teachers who should be on a well-deserved break. They are finding themselves engaged in professional development summer workshops. And today we're going on site at one of those workshops and we're going to chat with some of the participants. But first, here's Lisa with our question of the day.
Thank you, Adama. Today's category is BJC Social Studies. Now let's get to the question. Many groups settled in the Bahamas. What was the main reason for the Lutheran adventurers settling? A, for religious freedom. B, for security. C, for free land. Or D, for prosperity.
A, for religious freedom.
A,
For?
religious.
You sure?
100%.
A, religious freedoms.
A, for religious freedom.
A, for religious freedom.
It was A for religious freedom.
It was basically for religious freedom. That's why most of the Lutheran adventures still here in the Bahamas.
It's A, for religious freedom.
Are you sure?
I'm 300% sure. I did a little bit of that in school. I'm certain it is. Yes, I am.
Religious freedom.
My history serves me correctly that they came to be free to express themselves as they wished in serving their God. So is that religious freedom?
The answer is A, for religious freedom. And I gotta say, that was the first time that every single person got the answer right. Who says Bahamians don't know their history? Back to you, Adama.
Thanks, Lisa. Up next, our star teacher. This month's star teacher exhibits great leadership qualities. Her name, Chantel Paul.
Ms. Chantel Paul. She's a trained teacher at the Sadie Curtis Primary School, but she has been working very hard, not only in social studies, but across curricula. For this workshop session, she assisted with facilitating. She assisted with creating actual indigenous videos. Also, she brought to bear some of her own live sheets and other resources that was made for her classroom to use during the pandemic. In addition to that, she also assists with assisting teachers in the area of the GLAT. In my mind, she is that teacher who stood out foremost. I wish to thank Ms. Chantel Paul on behalf of the Department of Education for her contributions to education and to these workshop sessions. We really appreciate your efforts and your diligence.
Welcome to our chat segment. I am now joined by Senior Education Officer Ms. Lonice Hart with the Ministry of Education, and she is also one of the facilitators of the primary curriculum workshops for this summer. It's so good to have you with us, Ms. Hart.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. It's great to be here.
Yes, and you know, teachers this summer, they should be winding down now and getting their well-deserved vacation. But instead, many of them are engaged in workshops, professional development workshops. Tell us about the workshops that they're engaged in this summer and the one that you're directly involved in.
Okay, I'd like to thank our teachers. They're always very supportive of the workshop sessions, and they're very well attended. And not only in New Providence, across the archipelago, we've had persons coming in as far north. Bimini, Grand Bahama, and our Michael district was well represented in the workshop sessions, most of which were held virtually, either through Teams or through the Zoom platform. But now today we are out in the open air. Some persons are here at the site here at Big Pond, and some persons are virtually engaging in field experiences.
How important, how vital are these sessions?
Well, the sessions are critical for teachers to stay current And hence the mandate of the Ministry of Education. We are creating the 21st century learner. So collaboration is key to everything that we do. We also have our teachers engaged in making sure that they are creative. And so a part of them coming together, they think, pair, and share, and the creativity is shared. And also communication. So when we communicate, we get some cross ideas with strategies that we can use and methodologies in the classroom to keep us current. So it's very vital for teachers to stay on the cutting edge of education.
All right, and you deal specifically with social studies, but tell me about what was offered in terms of subject area.
Okay, we have the primary language arts session, and most of us geared towards our new curriculum, looking at the learning gaps and how the strategies that are included in the curriculum can be facilitated to assist if there were any learning gaps during this pandemic situation that we had. The science focused on a chemistry area. Social studies look at content, assessment tools, and strategies. We had religious education that involved persons in being engaging. Then we had the math area where they look at the various math methodologies. And we also had our music performing arts session, which is always geared to a rich cultural aspect as well as music theory and the physical education aspect as well. So it's an eclectic group of all the general areas in the primary schools. All of them were facilitated by our education and senior education officers.
Okay, and what about for the rest of the year? Because I know that professional development carries on throughout the school year. So tell me about any upcoming initiatives in terms of professional development in the upcoming school year.
For the upcoming school year, we're having an exciting time. We are going to be launching some of our new curriculum document, and those will be implemented in the school system. So those will be the focus of the primary curriculum section. That's one of our initiatives for the new school year.
All right, and I know we're all looking forward to our rest, but we're also looking forward to a new and exciting school year where all of us come back, administrators, teachers, curriculum officers, you come back rejuvenated and ready to start a new year. And we're hoping that the COVID-19 pandemic does not hold us too much captive this go round. Thank you so much, Ms. Hart, for joining our chat segment today, and all the best in the upcoming school year. Joined by Mrs. Angela Tinker, who is a participant of the Social Studies Primary Workshop, and she's going to tell us a bit about her experience and how the workshop has impacted her this summer. Ms. Tinker, it's so good to have you join me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, tell us first of all, where do you teach and what grade level do you teach?
Okay, my name is Angela Tinker. I teach at Stephen Dudley Primary School. I'm the team leader of grade 5.
Why do you see the importance of coming to a professional development workshop?
It's important because it's always important to sharpen your skills. Every day we learn something new. So it's important that if we're going to teach the children, we have to keep at the cutting edge of new technologies and strategies.
You would have participated in the social studies aspect, because I understand this is a primary, it's a general covering various topics, science, social studies, and you chose social studies. Why social studies?
Well, I love social studies. Ms. Hart could tell you that. I love social studies, and I really enjoyed the social studies workshop. It was totally awesome. We learned something called CAT. I mean, it's nothing new, but we learned CAT. It's content, assessment tools, and strategies. So in content, we learn about the curriculum. We're refreshing our memories about the curriculum and the topics. That's why we're here, to make sure that we stay focused on the curriculum, to teach the children the curriculum. You understand? And then we talked about the assessment tools. So, because of the pandemic, we had to find innovative ways to assess the children and to keep them engaged. So we learned stuff like Kahoot and Quizits and live worksheets, to keep them exciting and use technology at the same time. And then we learned about multiple intelligence. That's what the strategies part is. And it's important to learn about multiple intelligence because, every child learns different. And we want to reach all the children. We want to make them critical thinkers for the 21st century.
Wow, that is great. And it's so good to hear. You can hear your passion for teaching and ensuring that you enhance your skills to teach and to make sure that our students are equipped in their particular subject areas. And are you doing any other workshops this summer?
Well, I'm doing some international ones. But I make sure that every year I try to get into the Ministry of Education one. That's why we're here at Big Pond today, in the hot sun.
All right, yes, and I'm beginning to feel the effects of this hot sun. But thank you so much for speaking with me briefly today, and all the best for the upcoming school year. Here are today's fun facts. Fact 1. Octopuses actually have 6 arms and 2 legs. Like all other animals that walk on 2 appendages, we use the bottom 2 for walking and the top 2 for manipulating objects. It seems that octopuses also similarly favor some of their tentacles. 6 of an octopus's tentacles are used in the same way we would use our arms and are used for purposes such as eating. The remaining 2 tentacles are used for walking, which makes them just like legs. Unlike humans, octopuses do not favor one side over the other, so there's no such thing as being left or right tentacled. Fact 2. Some insects and small birds see the world in slow motion. This is because they can take in more information per second than other larger animals. This allows them to move so rapidly and with such precision, which is vital to escape from predators. They process information so quickly that they perceive time as though it was in slow motion. Fact 3. Mosquitoes are the world's deadliest animal. Because of the fact that they spread many blood-borne diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and the West Nile virus, they're responsible for the deaths of millions of people each year. Try your best to stay clear of mosquitoes. That concludes our Fun Facts segment. Our student in the spotlight hails from Emma E. Cooper Primary School in Eleuthera.
Mia has a cheery personality. She's always cheerful, always has a smile. She has a very optimistic outlook on life. Nothing gets her down. She is also a very determined and tenacious person, and she's always willing and able to do whatever is asked and expected of her. She's been involved in things such as, for example, the Early Act Club, which is the first branch of Rotary. She volunteers her time whenever the Cancer Society in Eleuthera, whenever they're having events and such things, she is always a part of their program. A very articulate young lady. She's always there. She has represented the school in Nassau, or the school and the district of Eleuthera, of course, in speech competitions, okay? She does well in spelling bees on the island. She entered the Laws of Life essay competition. And of course, around school, she's involved in everything, such as Science Club, Discovery Club, Writing Club, everywhere, anything you can find Tamia there. The traits that make her stand out is her willingness to always overlook any difficulty she might have. Whatever disability she might have, she just ignores her disability, and her abilities far outshine, okay? Whenever you see her, she is small in stature, but she is mighty. She is a mighty person. Her abilities just far outshine any disability she might have.
Here are a few of MOE's calendar highlights for the months of July and August. For more information on these events and others, visit the ministry's website at ministryofelucationbahamas.com. Want to stay in the know? Subscribe. Text 819-BMOE. That's 819-2663. Remember to like and subscribe to our social media platforms. Well, that concludes our show. Thank you so much for joining us. It's our aim to keep you updated and educated. For EdUp, I'm Adama Williams. See you next time.